In my recent video, I talked about Thomas Massey and why he is likely going to lose the seat of Kentucky. We said there are foreign lobbies, foreign organizations which have tried to fund different individuals who are campaigning against Thomas Massey. Even Thomas himself, he says that there are high chances that through the foreign influence or these organizations which are funding the individuals who are opposing him, he is likely going to lose the Kentucky seat. In this video, I want to discuss another individual, and then I am going to include these two individuals in trying to assist you in order to understand how US politics have no future and they only serve the elites because those are the individuals the Constitution was established to favor first. The individual who I'm trying to talk about is Marjorie Taylor Greene. I hope that first name is supposed to be pronounced that way. Now, this is the individual who actually suffered the mysterious breakdown between her and Donald Trump. Since she didn't want to support, probably there are other genuine reasons she didn't want to support the ideas, the beliefs which Donald Trump stood for. She faced a challenge whereby Donald Trump was supposed to support someone who was going to go against Marjorie Taylor Greene. And since she never wanted to actually face embarrassment of probably losing the seat, she decided to quit before even going to the campaign. So there are high chances that the individual who the Republican Party are going to support from where Marjorie Taylor Greene came from, that's the person who is probably going to win. Now you can see how powerful it is, more especially those organizations which fund the individuals who are being sent to the American Senate or other representatives positions which I am normally not aware or used to. So the foreign lobbies, they are so powerful. You can see that they even forced a sitting reader to even resign before the date of her exiting the office arrived. That's how powerful this government interference, not government interference, but foreign interference or organization interference, have an influence when it comes to the United States politics. And something which I found more even disgusting about the United States politics, now I am kind of used to, or I've started to understand how international politics works from the United States perspective and also from my country's perspective. One of the things which I've realized more especially when it comes to politics is when individuals buy readers, that's the truth. They buy the readers or they bribe the readers. It is a form of speech. And we all understand that freedom of speech is something which is accepted in the Constitution. So when you see in the United States, for example, we have another Israeli radio who is known as like somebody Madison or Mandison, the female who gave or donated almost, I believe it's over 200 million US dollars to Donald Trump campaign. That's a form of speech which is recognized in the Constitution. It is the exact thing which happened by Elon Musk supporting Donald Trump's campaign with over also, I believe it was 200 million US dollars. So this is something which is recognized in the Constitution. And what then happens to those individuals who are the majority, who have no resources? One of the things which we need to understand is that there is this idea or principle known as the Pareto principle, whereby the 20% own the wealth of own 80% of the total wealth of either a country, an organization, whichever. it's kind of a system which is intact. So we need to assume that in the United States, 20% own the wealth of the United States, 80% of the wealth. This means these are the individuals who those who are in political positions are going to listen to, because they are the individuals who donated to them majority of their finances. So if you are an American citizen, a European citizen, an African citizen, this is something which you need to recognize and make peace with it. That once you are going to elect any given leader, the first person who is he or she is going to take care of his or her responsibilities is not you, the common citizen, but only the a few elites. Those are the individuals who, those in political positions, who have actually been put there by the elites. You went there and voted for ceremonial purposes in order for you to believe that you have the power, but in the real sense, you have zero powers. You don't have any power when it comes to the influences which you as an individual have. But only the a few, the elites, who supported these individuals who are in political positions by their own resources. Those are the individuals who their own problems are going to be taken care of first before even you are remembered. So, for example, in the United States of America, the elites, those individuals who are billionaires, millionaires, who are in the above 1%, 2%, those are the individuals who the political class serve. They are the slaves of the for the elite. You as an individual, you were given the idea, the illusion that by you voting, then you have some power, which is not the case. So as I've already said, individuals like Thomas Massey, we have Marjorie Taylor Greene. These are the individuals who are actually going or have suffered the brutal idea or perception of how the elite can influence any government's politics. Now, let me talk about the idea or the perception where I have observed that Marjorie Taylor Greene may probably stand for the 2028 United States presidency. And what does that mean for the common Americans? What should you expect? One of the things from my own perception and understanding what you should expect is that if she's going to stand for something, let's say for the majority, that is the common American, believe me, not. You need to believe she is not going to win that election. That's the truth. But if she, first of all, where is she going to find the resources which are going to fund the campaign? I believe there are other individuals who are going to say maybe the ordinary people are going to donate for her campaign. But even if she ascends to the power, there is nothing she's going to do, because those who are holding the other positions, for example, the Senate, the senators, they are going to be funded by these elites, and there is nothing this president is going to do without the approval of the Senate. So if you are an American and probably you believe in 2028, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's going to seek for presidents, and then we are going to empower her, or we are going to give back because she stood for the not funding the Israeli government, not killing the people from Gaza, all those things. You can have a kind heart and you may want to repay, but at the end of the day, the elites are going to have their own way. One thing which I've realized or I have understood is that when the United States Constitution was being created or was being written, there were 55 individuals, white men, and out of these 55 individuals, most of them, like 20% of those individuals, were from wealthy class. Then around that or something like that, they were from aware of family, and others were from medium class. So these individuals designed that constitution to serve them. They didn't design the constitution in order to not be to be in a dire position. They established that constitution to serve their purpose. So I would like your thoughts about what you believe, especially when it comes to the American Constitution, and where do you see Marjorie Taylor Greene, the likes of Thomas Massey, and we have AOC, Cortez, something like that. So I'd like your thoughts in the comment section. Where do you see American politics moving forward?